Hi there. Welcome in. Today, some sober, joyful thoughts. Think those two can't coexist? They can today. Here's the thought. You have not lived today until you've done something for someone who can never repay you. John Bunyan. Well, now that I've cut these journals down to one a week, I feel a responsibility to keep them positive. So despite the seismic waves that we are feeling these days with the protests again in Ottawa, and of course the life-altering decision made south of our border, let me jump ahead a bit this week to Thursday. See, June 30th is going to mark a 3-year birthday for me. We don't call it an anniversary because it's a rebirth that comes with sobriety. 3 years since I've finished that carefully measured out half bottle of wine and said no more. Now we say, not today. And so far, so good. In the past 3 years, I've gotten a lot of emails asking, how did you do it? And so today, in honor of this 3rd birthday coming up, I'm going to share it with you. And you might even want to nudge a friend to watch it or read it. I just feel like this might be of help. There's so much frustration out there, as there was the week I broke my 10 years of sobriety, days after Trump's election. Yeah, I knew it was going to be bad. And my announcement that I was resigning CHFI. Seismic, as I say. So if I may, let me share this message with you, because you wrote asking how I did it. You've gotten to a point where you're worried that you might be more than a social drinker. Whether it's self-isolation, recent retirement, boredom, or stress, you found your intake of alcohol on the rise and you don't like it. I mean, you do like it most of the time. Most of us do. But you don't like the knowledge that when you open that bottle of wine, you know you're not going to leave any by bedtime. You might even open another. You like how that first sip of an icy martini gets you a little warm all over, like a wash of wellness and comfort that starts at your toes and gently rises up until the color comes to your cheeks. Oh yeah, that color. That rosy red is starting to show on your face the morning after. Are those broken capillaries or capillaries? You haven't noticed them because you're busy applying concealer to the dark circles under your eyes. Under eye concealer, eye drops, ibuprofen, the eyes have it, as in, I think I might have a problem. You likely chide yourself for even having such a thought. You know plenty of people who drink way more than you, and none of them have ever asked for help or thought they might need to examine their intake. I mean, how many times have you had a DUI? Well, none. You plan ahead and do your drinking at home. No one at work or in your circle of friends would ever imagine that after sipping your one beverage oh so slowly when you're with them, you go home and can't wait to crack open that bottle that has been waiting so patiently for you. You can't have a drinking problem. You really only imbibe on Fridays and weekends and never alone. Okay, sometimes, because you deserve a sip of a glass or 3 of wine while you read a good book. It's civilized. All the memes online say so. Cook with wine. I even put some in the food. Drink to survive parenting. Drink to survive COVID. Drink to deal with stress. Drink to forget. Drink to remember. Drink to celebrate. Drink to mourn. Drink, drink, drink. What kind of a wuss would be if you stopped? Would you be? Your clever brain tells you, you don't possibly have a problem. You count your drinks after all. You aren't like those people whose elevator has gone all the way down, living in the streets with no home and seemingly no hope. You know when to stop. You can't imagine walking yourself into a 12-step meeting, although all you know of them is 50s movies with smoke-filled rooms and forlorn fedora-wearing failures. You forget the glamorous types. Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke, Ringo Starr, Elton John, Jan Arden, Robert Downey Jr., Bradley Cooper, John Hamm, Rob Lowe, Daniel Radcliffe, and that's just a few. But if they do cross your mind, you remember they're all rich. They must all have gone to some posh resort and gotten sober in anonymity. Easy for me to say. Your sharp mind tells you that. Yes, most of those people, if not all, have lots of zeros in their bank account, in the right places, mind you. But you're forgetting the meetings, those 12-step gatherings where there's no bouncer at the door, just a greeter. Who you think you are, what you earn, or what you have, doesn't matter. It's what you want. Sobriety, that is the only price of admission. I was tired of hiding, Tired of feeling ashamed, tired of not moving forward, tired of looking so tired, tired of the weight gain, tired of the lethargy and the depression and the fog, forgetting words when I needed them, having to check emails to see if I'd answered, tired of not knowing how a movie ended, just so tired. So if you're tired, you know a brighter morning awaits, and however you decide to stop, whether it's writing to a stranger or calling a friend, Googling find AA meeting near me or online, they're great. Looking up treatment centers or picking up a book that resonates with you. For me, it was A Thinking Person's Guide to Sobriety by Bert Plyman, and reading it, then rereading it numerous times. It's never too early and never too late. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Some of us quit in our 40s and again in our 50s, others in their 20s, some even in their 60s or 70s. It doesn't matter what year, just the day you wake up and say, you don't want to feel like this anymore. Sluggish and filled with regret and remorse for the precious days you're wasting, the days when you felt like doing nothing except counting the hours till the wine came out. That's the day it all begins. The day you say, no more, but just for today. Because that's all there is, today. And hope for another one. Why else do you think we say one day at a time? I hope it hit home for somebody, just one person. That's all that matters. Have a gentle week, and I'll return after Canada Day because we have so much to be grateful for. And don't let the loud voices convince you otherwise. We can always be better, but we are good.